Hi, I'm Kathy. Among other things, I'm a mom and a soaper. So I've had lots of conversations with people lately about some easy ways to make not just bar soap for the bathroom, but also laundry soap and how to make it quickly, efficiently, and without too much work because we're busy. All right, so my own personal favorite recipe here, let me see if a little bit more lighting works, is to use, as a basic recipe, a box of borax, a box of Arm & Hammer washing soda, and then because I'm making a double batch, I'm using a big old jar of some Downy Odor Defense, what do they call these things? Odor neutralization bead thingies. It doesn't really say what they are, except Fresh Protect. And I go with the pink sometimes, the blue sometimes, but green just felt like a good color to try this time. So, real complicated process there. And I'm doing it in just this little corner of my kitchen, just so you can see that it really can be done in small nooks and crannies. I've had people over the years ask me, well, how much does it really take? You see this? This is a medicine dropper, and about half of one of these can do a normal load of clothes. I have teenagers in the house. I've also used this with baby clothes before. And for the really messy stuff, a full one of those works just fine. And that's all you need. I've had other people tell me that you really have to have grated up bar soap, whether it's Fels Naphtha or a Castile or something else. And this particular recipe that I'm showing you today, I have thrown all kinds of nasty dirties in the laundry and used just this mix that I'm showing you today and had it come out without any stains at the end. I am very opposed to doing more physical labor around the house than I have to, especially when it comes to cleaning. I feel most of our chemicals, because everything is a chemical, can do the work for us, even if it's just soaking it in water. And as you'll see when I'm putting these together, I'm just going to alternate a little bit, and then I'll mix with something real simple. For anyone who's worried about any of the particulates coming up into the atmosphere, into the space that you're breathing, yes, you can ventilate this, but this is a really fine powder, and so it's going to go wherever it's going to go if you have a breeze going. So you want to minimize the amount of breeze you've got going on. Washing soda I tend to be a little bit more careful with because it is sodium carbonate, so it's a little bit more caustic. But I'm also doing this intentionally with no gloves to show you that it won't eat your hands the way I'm doing it. If you want to use some little disposable gloves, I've done that in the past too, especially when I was just starting out. It does not take a lot of work to mix this up, and you don't have to have a hazmat suit or anything like that, either to mix it or to use it as your daily laundry detergent. I'm mixing a double batch because, as I mentioned, I have teenagers in the house, and I don't like having to mix this any more than I have to. I like to have things ready to go. And today's a laundry day, so I'm making sure I have plenty. And yes, if you didn't see me do it with the first couple boxes, the smaller does fit into the other one. All right, so what size is this container? It's larger than a cake pan by about double. The length and width are about the same as a cake pan, maybe a little bit more, and the height is about double. I took off the the label a while ago, so I don't know right offhand. Why do I put the Odor Defense crystals in there? Well, it gives it some smell. I've also made this with some of my own homemade soap, where the powder part is the same, but instead of doing the defense crystals, I've grated up my bar soap. I've also done it with soaps like Fal's Naphtha, different versions of Castile soap, even things like Irish Spring, something just over the counter that had a smell that I liked, or that had a smell that somebody else in the house liked. You can really do anything with that. The powder is what does most of the cleaning. For those people who are more interested in a liquid soap, yes, you can dissolve this in water. I've done that before too. I just find it's more of a hassle, so I don't do that anymore. I would take a big old stainless steel soup pot and just dissolve it in water, and then put it in some of those liquid soap containers that you can get from the store that I still had laying around from before I started doing this. Okay, now it's kind of pretty well mixed right now, but this is a bit large, so that's not what I actually put it in. I put it in old protein powder jars that we just have laying around, and I've measured off the scoops based on the measuring cup, just so everyone else around the house knows about how much they can use. How much is a normal load? How much is it for a high efficiency tiny washer? How much for a larger washer? There are a couple different washer options around where we are. And then that also tells you that if you have a high efficiency kind of a washer, that you don't want to have a lot of bubbles, you just want to have a lot of cleaning, this will work for those washers also. And as I'm doing this, and there's some dust coming up, I don't know if you can see this, I can kind of taste it a little bit, but my sniffer's pretty good. What's it taste like? A little bit like soap. I know, crazy, right? Okay, so just filling up some of these so I don't have this whole big box of soap. We have something that's a little bit easier for other people in the house to manage if it's in these jars. And I'm really not kidding when I say it takes a half to a full one of these, depending on how dirty your laundry is. And that's just a typical medicine cup, like you can find on any Pepto jar or cough syrup jar. And yes, I am going to rinse off these utensils after I'm done just to get the powder off, but that's such an easy thing to do that I'm not worried about it. Periodically, we should wash the utensils next to our stove anyway, even if they were clean when we put them in the container. Splatter happens. All right, so it's not all going to fit in those 2 jars that I have, but that's okay. I like to have some in back supply, just for other things, for other cleaning around the house. It's pretty handy. I use it for all kinds of things. Now, I don't use this for bathing. I use my other soap that I make from scratch, which I'm planning to make in about 2 days' time. So if you're interested, come back and see us and see what I'm up to. If you have questions, you can email me at the link that I will have connected to this, or you can just follow me and you can see what else we're up to. But feel free to contact me. Let me know how you thought this worked for your clothes. I have used this on baby clothes, teenage clothes, adult clothes. dirty rugs, washing floors. Usually not with these crystals for floors, but you get the point. I've used this mix for a lot of different things. Okay, that's a basic laundry recipe. As you can see, it did not take very long to put together. This whole video took more time just to listen to me ramble. All right, have a great day. Bye.